Let's talk for a minute about some basics that you need when you get a new dog or puppy. Whether you get it from a shelter, whether you get it from a breeder, doesn't matter to me, doesn't matter the age, doesn't matter anything. When you get a new puppy or a new dog, what do? What do you need to buy? What do you need to have? Of course, we go out and we want to buy everything, right? All the coats and the toys and the coats and the toys and all the food and all the treats. Buy a lot of treats. So I'm going to tell you, if you want these first month or two to go smoothly, let's start here. First of all, food. Let's talk about food. Whatever the dog has already been on, find out, get a bag of that food. Whatever food you want to change your dog's diet to, get a bag of that food. For the first couple days that you're at your house, there's going to be a transition. The dog's going to have diarrhea or could have diarrhea, its whole system is going to be thrown off. The amount of stress that dog is going through, whether it's a puppy and it shows stress or it's an adult dog or shows stress or anything, doesn't matter. If you got it from a shelter, if you got it from a foster home, if you got it from a breeder, it's moving, it's changing, its insides are going to tell you, okay? So be prepared. So keep it simple. Say the first week you just feed it whatever the food is that the other place that it came with on. So as a puppy, whatever the breeder was feeding it, whatever the shelter was feeding it, whatever it's been on, keep it on that. Don't change it. Your dog right away just don't change their food. Don't give them bully sticks. Don't give them extra treats. Just feed them their food. I am telling you, if you do this one thing, you will thank me later. If you don't do it, you'll be wishing you had listened and had done it. I can't tell you how many times people struggle with that at first when they get their dog. And we're already figuring things out. So that's frustrating. It's frustrating for you and it's stressful for the dog. The dog is already stressed. Let their guts do what it's going to do in the first couple days. It might still have on that food diarrhea. It might still have issues, but just let it be. Don't change its food. Then supplies. What supplies should you get? A kennel. Fully a kennel. If the dog's going to be bigger, get a big kennel and put the divider in so that it's not too big. If you make their area too big to begin, then you will struggle with potty training. So just make it the area that's big enough for them to sleep in. And if they stood up, that they don't hit the top or the sides so that they could spin around. But it doesn't have to be big enough to play in it. That's not what a kennel is for. A kennel is a den, and a den is for resting and sleeping and oftentimes eating also. Again, even if you get a dog from a shelter that is an adult dog, it might have been potty trained before it went to the shelter, and then you go to the shelter and it's peeing and pooping literally in its area. So it might struggle at first. So having a spot, having a kennel is really important. So have a kennel. I like them with a removable tray so that you can really keep that tray clean and that it's under it. I also personally, if the kennel's not going on like a hard surface, like a cement floor, if it goes like my kennels at my house that are on wood floors, even though my dogs are all potty trained, they all have accidents. So I actually use now those washable rugs, which are pretty fabulous because I'm constantly washing somebody's rug. I have a lot of geriatric dogs in my house right now, so we're having some issues at night with some incontinence. Comes with the territory of having a dog. So you're going to get a kennel. You're just going to do it. You're going to teach your dog some boundaries from the very beginning so that you don't have issues later. I know you want to sleep in bed and you want to snuggle with the dog. I'm not saying you can't do that. I personally sleep with my dogs. However, when I'm gone throughout the day, 2 of my small dogs are in a kennel. Actually, and my daughter's dogs are in kennels too if she leaves them home during the day. They're fine. They should just sleep anyway during the day, and that's all my dogs do. So then the next thing you're going to get, whether it's a puppy or a bigger dog, is you're going to get a martingale and you're going to get a slip lead. A martingale, I should have brought one in here. It's literally a flat collar with an extension on it so that if the dog pulls on it, it doesn't slip out of it. They can slip out of harnesses. They can slip out of flat collars. Never use a flat collar, especially until your dog understands. We use martingales. So martingale, a 6-foot leash, just a simple leash. You don't need a leash with a handle and all these fancy things. I personally like the rope type leashes that are not bigger, but kind of a medium size. Coastal makes a good one. Remington used to make a really good one. And then slip lead. So you're gonna get a martingale, a flat collar, 6 feet flat collar. 6 foot leash. And get one that feels good in your hands. That's the biggest thing. What feels good in your hands, okay? Martingale, 6 foot leash, and a slip lead. I do use, my slip leads are 5 foot slip leads. We use a lot of 5 foot slip leads around here. Don't go bigger than a 6 foot. Don't go shorter than a 5 foot. Bowls, whatever they're gonna eat out of, you either want it to be glass, ceramic glass, or a good metal, never plastic. Do not use plastic for your dogs. Lots of dogs develop allergies with plastic. They absorb, right? So it's the same reason that you don't want for people. And then you want to make sure you're cleaning those, washing those every day and rinsing them really, really well. Soap can give your dogs diarrhea, if you didn't know that. Blankets and towels to get them used to different things that feel different. Beds are fine. Those dog beds are fine. I don't start with the dog beds, and here's why. They are too hard to clean. I don't know, they're too hard to teach, like, don't shred this yet. So I use blankets and towels to begin with. We have some dogs here who can't sleep on towels. They like to dig, but blankets are fine. So you got to get, what are you teaching your dog? What do you need? They don't need a lot. So, but I do like them to be comfortable, obviously. A long line. You're going to get a long line for some training stuff and for them to drag it. Never longer than 10 to 15 feet. 15 feet is the longest long line I personally use or like to use, because I just find them very daunting. I find people constantly like trying to, bring them up and all that. And then you're just fussing with the line all the time. If your dog can go more than 15 feet away from you, your dog can probably go off leash. If your dog can go 15 feet away from you, they're probably ready to be off leash. Just it. If they're always coming back at 15 feet, you're good. So understanding those kind of basic concepts. So just to rehash, food, keep it the same. Whatever it started with, keep it the same. Buy a bag of the food you want, but know the transition's going to be at least 45 days. Like, give it that long for your transition, and don't start the transition within the first week. Typically within the first 3 days is when you're going to see a lot of stuff. So first couple days, your dog might not eat or drink too much. By day 3, they should be eating, they should be drinking, and they're probably going to explode. Probably. A slip lead, 5 to 6 foot slip lead, a martingale, flat, which they can't slip out of, a 6 foot leash, bowls, either metal or glass, blankets and towels. Get them used to that for their kennel, and then a long line. You don't need any other fancy stuff. If it's a puppy and you want a chew thing, get a chew thing that's non-digestible, so don't use any fluffy things. I know you want to. I know you want to buy all the squeaky toys and you want to buy all the fun stuff, but you really don't have to, especially to start. We do use some type of chew toy here for the puppies, that we use the chew ones that they don't ingest and they don't swallow. Never, ever, ever use rawhide or anything made of rawhide. I also don't use, especially at first, like bully sticks or anything like that, because again, ingestible, messes with their digestion. So let me know if you have any questions. We are here to help you and hopefully create this transition. Remember, this is a transition time. Make this transition of getting your new dog or puppy into your house, make it a little easier for you. Love you guys.